All right, let's see if we're live. I think I'm live here. All of a sudden, it wasn't working here on the StreamYard. So I just sent Debo an invite, so he should be in here pretty soon. So I decided to try out the StreamYard software that Debo and a few other people have been using. So evidently, I got it fixed, whatever it was. But anyway, if you're coming over here from Debo's channel, I want to welcome you to my channel if you're a first-time viewer. And we like to have fun over here. We like to pretty much stick to baits. Sometimes we talk pro bass hogging and other things. But tonight, it's going to be all about the baits. And there's Debo right here. I'm going to add Debo to stream. There he is.
Hey!
Yes, sir.
What's up?
Almost panicked because I pressed the go live button. I kept getting errors, and I was like, "Man, you got to be." I switched to this StreamYard finally, and then I got an error. I was so mad, but this free version isn't too bad. So if this thing works out better, I may just use Streamlabs when it's just me by myself, because it's just my internet connection. Mm-hmm. And then when I have guests on, especially when I get pro fishermen, I don't mean to sound mean, but a lot of them just aren't that technologically advanced. So maybe it's just better to send them an email link and they can just, join the stream.
Yeah, it's super easy.
So, but welcome back, Debo. Glad to have you again.
Thanks for the invite, brother. I always appreciate it, man.
And it is college football season, finally. Your Hawkeyes look great. Your defense is looking really good, by the way.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they look great. Defense looks good.
Yeah.
Offense is going to be a question mark, I think.
I'm in a pretty good mood tonight. Tennessee did win 56-0 against some.
Did they?
Yeah, they played some high school teams. So about the lowest division of FBS or FCS you can be, the Ohio Valley Conference, which, Murray State's in that. Murray State's right down the road from me. So
yeah, we just, what was it, Kent State or whatever we played? That they were picked to win their division or whatever the deal they're in. But
if I fall asleep, it's because I've been up since 4:30 this morning. But
damn! All right, well, whenever
I'm already in a better mood because me and Hellabass tried to stream last night, and we were just plagued by technical issues, and it's one of the first times I was melting down and almost gave up. But I powered through and did the worst stream I've ever done. So, whatever.
Well, now you have me on, so now you'll have the worst.
Anyways, tonight we played the tackle wheel of awesome, very similar to Mr. Bass's wheel. And you guys helped select these baits here from Tackle Warehouse. And we're going to unbox it. And I wanted Debo to do it with me. So when I unbox it, he can give me his thoughts. Would he use it? Would he not? And I'm not going to lie. I've pilfered through here. I didn't take anything out of the box. There's one bait I really like. And it might be one of the first ones I show that. And it's a jerk bait that I'm like, you know what? I like this, and it's got a few things to it that's really cool. So, we'll just go ahead and get right into the business. I don't have any sponsor plugs other than, the usual. If you get on 6 cents, use the Baitman code and use my Tackle Warehouse link. If you watch one of my videos, if you watch Debo's video and you see something cool, use Debo's link. So, swap it back and forth.
Appreciate it. Yeah, share the love.
And plus, he uploads a lot more videos than me, so you'll have a lot more opportunities to use his link, I'm sure. But I do got some finesse jigs in here, Debo.
Randizzle got me on the whole finesse jig game. He actually just kicked my butt 7-0 the other night with a 4-pound kicker almost on some finesse jigs. And I skunked. I was fishing the same spots as him, and he's just that much better at fishing a jig than me.
I remember the first time I fished a jig. It wasn't pretty.
I just spit all over.
But really,
that's pretty much me. Anytime I pick one up,
I'll be honest, man. It's one of those deals that took me a while to figure it out, and I actually went with someone. It was a really good jig bite, and I got to be able to feel the bite and learn kind of what was going on. And after that, I played around, and I found one or two I really liked, and I've stuck with one of those for 10, 12 years now.
I think I've still got one here, which is, this is the one I gained the most confidence in for a long time ago. Well, yes. 5/16 ounce Luke Clausen dirty jigs. That thing is, I've had good jig days, but man, when I go head to head against that cat,
That's a great jig. And one thing I love to do with that jig, trim the skirt up a little bit and put a Ned worm on the back.
Yep.
I
I
like a
don't
rope.
necessarily use the Ned worm, but yeah, a little finesse thing like that.
Right. It's I think that's key. I think Mr. Bass said that on your stream is the trailer on those finesse jigs makes a big difference. Sometimes it's not so much the jig, but your trailer. So, but all right, let's get into it. First things first. I did get a $200 T-shirt. Now the most expensive T-shirt I own. These and actually, I gotta say, for a free T-shirt, I know plenty of you guys probably own them. And I'm not trying to sell T-shirts here, but they kind of up their game. You know, a lot of them used to just be plain style, but now you know you kind of got this throwback West Coast vibe with this thing. I like it. I wear these to work all the time because I work for Pella, so they get dirty anyway. And then you know, here's our sticker. Receipt. I'm not taking anything back. I will say I went through here, and for some reason I ordered a hat and a buzz bait, and I guess I didn't hit the add to cart button right, and it's not in there. So my next.
Did you check your slip? Because mine came. I actually just put in an order, and now that they have the Georgia thing up, I got a bunch of my stuff from Georgia, and then the other stuff 2 days later. So
yeah, it wasn't on the slip. I'm double checking it
okay.
now, but after I got the confirmation email, I saw it that wasn't on there. I'm like, well, crap. So, but it happens. Wasn't their fault. That's totally my fault. But first thing I got, Debo, and because I'm probably gonna need this before the night's over, I actually got a Spro box. So obviously, I got tons of Bass Mafia stuff, but I like to experiment, play, and this. Let's see how much this box was. It wasn't too awful expensive. It was. Let me look here. After on the sale, it was like $9 or something like that. Because I got all this on the Labor Day sale, but it's waterproof flash. Kind of reminds me, you know, the Flambeau boxes.
Yep. Do I have one? Yeah, right here.
I had a few of those.
I just knocked everything off that side, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what it kind of reminds me of, but I feel these latches are a little bit more heavier duty. I had one of those Flambeaus before and I busted it, so I never bought another one. But
oh, really? One of the blue latches on it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. But if you guys can see, I mean, it's pretty basic box. I do like that this bottom half is a little bit bigger. You've got, you know, the dividers come. Not much to it, but
it looks decently deep too. Like I feel like that's one thing I notice now is like a lot of the regular size. I feel like they've made them shorter. And I don't know if it's because of like the lids or something, but it looks like that's decently deep.
I got to figure out a little bit about this StreamYard. I think I got a $2 donation from Hellabass. Hellabass, thank you for that $2. Make you holla. And there we go. I hit the show button. Bayou Burner, $5 make you holla. I appreciate it, Mr. Burner. And seen a couple of them bass you've been catching lately up on the social media. Nice. So, guys, I appreciate any of the donations. You do not have to donate to the channel. Like I said, the best way to help me out, use that Tackle Warehouse link. But yeah, one thing I liked about this box, and I open it back up, I do like the color. I don't know why. And I do like it see-through. But the lid isn't straight flat. Like some boxes would be straight flat. Well, this even has a little bit of ribs division on the top. So, and it's just a little deeper up top. So, you know, you got that one crankbait that just kind of wants to wedge. That might solve that. But I think I'm going to make this. I got so many top orders, and we're fixing a bunch of top orders. I'm probably going to make this my, you know, Pawpaw, small top order kind of box. And then my big Mafia deep box. It's going to have all my walking baits and stuff. So, and we'll try to answer questions as we go. But so far, I like this. And myself, one thing I want to say on the show is if I buy more or not, I would buy more of these boxes. Let's run this one through the elements. double check, but I like that. So, yes, Texas Huntsman Debo on his second live. He is everywhere. He is everywhere. I'm just going through some questions here. The DD ones are awesome. I may have to try a double deep one. I got way too many crankbaits. If y'all knew how much 6-inch stuff I've got laying in the floor in the package that I don't have room to put on my wall, it would blow your mind. And here's one question for St. Cress. Baitman, I like that Tackle Warehouse hoodie there in that avatar, St. Cress. Glad to see you streaming. Any chance they'll be releasing more colors of the draw anytime soon? Yes, they will. I think you'll probably see them in the next couple of weeks. And I do know they got some more traces in, like today. So, oh man, this is going to kill me showing all these comments because I like to interact. Jack Mitchell, what's up, man? All is well here. Debo, he may be sleep deprived like me too. We're going to try to get through this.
A little bit. It's all right, dude. When we're talking tackle though, it's like when you get up early in the morning, you're happy to get up to go fishing. It's like,
dude, I'm like happy to get a package, then go fishing. I get more packages than I get fishing time. But 10 Horse Monty is in here. What's up, Monty? He has a great stream as well. So if you guys have never heard of 10 Horse Monty, go to his channel. He has some really good interviews with some pros and stuff like that. I know my buddy Mark Menendez was on there earlier this year. So, and yeah. Yes, I am a tackle junkie, Texas Huntsman. So now I got to figure out how to get these things away. Not that I'm trying to.
If you just click it again, it'll go away.
Man, when these chats are flying, I'm gonna have to get just a StreamYard moderator.
Dude, it's so hard to keep up. And the thing I hate is like once it starts going for a while and like you start to scroll down, it'll take you all the way to the bottom. So if you missed anything, you have to like scroll up. That's the only thing I hate.
Hellabass is a great moderator. He does awesome on the channel. So all right, let's go on. I'm just going to dig in the box. We'll get what we get. But I really wanted to go like Hrardbaits first and whatnot. All right. I know you're trying with these, and I get asked this question all the time. I'm looking for a good glide bait, not expensive, not cheap. And this is one I've always been told is a really good one. And I do recommend it based on some people that I consider really, really good swim bait fishermen. And that is the Savage Gear Shine Glide. So I think this one comes in around $20, maybe $25 or something like that. But I'm going to tell you, I've got $200, $300 swim baits. I've got the new 6-inch swim bait. It's great. But that right there, dude, for the money, I think that's going to be pretty solid. And this color is Threadfin Shad, I believe. But it looked more like the gizzards on my lake, to be honest with you. But one thing about it, it's got a lot. You tell that paint job, it's going to have a lot of flash to it. It looks pretty well built. The tail, it's stiff, but it's not stiff. It's just a little limp. Really like that. The hooks seem really decent on it, but I've heard for the money, this is a really, really good beginner's glide bait. If you're looking to get into swim bait fishing, and you don't want to spend a lot of money, I've always said an S-Waver, which is still a great option. But if you really want to imitate a big shad, I think this might be the way to go. And I'm going to have to see if I can get some video of some of these glides in action. So, I don't know, Debo, what do you think?
I've heard the same. Man, I am not the guy to talk to on glide baits. I was actually just testing out a couple today with the guy who fishes a bunch. But I've heard the same thing. S-Wavers, those Savage Gears. What's it called from there's a green one with like ghosted like almost perch looking pointy things on it. The Arashi glide I know is another one. I think it's like 35, but I've heard that's another good kind of beginner one. But I don't know. I'm not a glide bait guy. I suck with them.
Hello, Simon. He asked, what line do you use for a wake bait? You know what, Debo, you throw any wake baits?
That's the other thing I suck with. Nope, I'm not a wake bait guy. I still don't know the exact time and place to like, oh, this looks perfect wake bait.
Personally, I just use braid. It is a treble hook bait. But braid works really good for me on a wake bait because I don't want it. If I want a true wake, I don't want my line to sink. So definitely don't fluorocarbon. You can get away with mono. You are going to have a little stretch. So you can treat it as a traditional topwater bait. You can go with, 15, 17 pound mono, or you can go with braided line and just figure out what's best for you. If you're fishing open water, I think mono is really the play. You're going over a large flat. You don't have to worry about the fish going in the cover or anything like that. So good question, Simon. Sean, when will the draws be back in stock? You're probably looking at about a month, maybe later. That's what I would guess. Just sign up on the 6 Inch site for the email or follow me on social media. I'll let you know. So, whew. All right. Let's go. Another hard bait. So this is a brand new one to me. I can't remember if you've got one of these or not. And this is the Spro Fat Papa Walker. Do you have one, Debo?
I do. I have not got to throw it yet. I don't feel like that walking bait bite has really started here yet. Maybe it has out on the boat. I haven't really seen a ton of action from the shore, but yeah, I think mine's in Red Wing Blackbird. It's like a blackish blue color I got.
Right. Well, it's kind of starting here. It's actually been a really good buzz bait bite this year so far. So first impression, I'm going to be honest, I thought this was going to be a bigger bait. Like I was thinking, man, it's going to be more of like the size of a lunker punker, if you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Like more
kind of. It's got that shape. But it's more of a banana. It's not as heavy as I thought. It's pretty light. You guys can hear it. It's got rattles in it, but they're not real loud. But I do like the aesthetics of this bait. Can't really tell it here on my webcam, but I got this kind of translucent, almost chartreuse shad, and yes, it's got purple on the back and down the side. But I know I love bone, but there's a time and place when these colors like this, they're just a little bit more transparent to me. Shine, especially when there's a lot of sunlight out. And our lake is getting clear. We've got zebra mussels. I don't know if you have experience with that, but these zebra mussels have really cleared up Kentucky Lake. And when the fish get pressure, I really enjoy throwing top waters that are just a little bit more clear. But first impression of this bait, if it walks good, I think for the price, I would definitely own another one. I'd probably just get me a bone one, but you got a feather treble on here, so that's always good. I like it when they include that on my top water baits. And it's got gamakatsu hooks. It's one good thing about Spro. You can kind of get away with having to change your hooks out. They put gamakatsu on everything. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to put that in the new Spro box. That would only be fitting to do that before I lose it. Yeah, Matthew, I think it's a lot different than a punker, to be honest. It's really small. I've got the injected punker, which is huge. It's still a big bait.
Yeah, because that's like the size of, what was it? Is that 5/8? Do you have the box there? Is that 5/8 ounce? Is it just under an ounce? Or
yeah, it's not very heavy at all.
Or just over a half ounce?
7/8 of an ounce.
7/8, okay.
It says 130 millimeters, but it doesn't feel 130 millimeters. Like
yeah, it's not real bulky. It's kind of, it's almost wide this way, but from the side, it's not like a real big fat.
Right. All right. Let's see. Here we go. Here's a question. Baitman, do you have any opinions on Daiwa's discontinued TD cranks with the coffin bill? Got a deal on a couple dealer boxes of them. I've never thrown one. Matter of fact, I can't say I've really seen any Daiwa TD cranks. So my opinion on that is, if you like it, throw it. I don't like to form opinions about stuff I've never used, but a deal is a deal. That's what my wife does when she goes shopping. She goes, well, they were on sale, so I bought them. So works out for her. Doesn't work out for my bank account because I'm like, just because it's on sale don't mean you have to buy it. Let's see here. All right, fishing the southeast. All right, let's see your comment. I've seen you post this. The Georgia warehouse is really close to my place. I may apply for a job there and stuff. I get in my house at the same day I ordered to. That's awesome.
Damn, that'd be cool.
I do know this. I know some people that work for Tackle Warehouse, mostly the camera people, but They all say the crews there in California is great people to work for. So if you got a chance to get a job there in Georgia, I'd go for it. Just don't blow your paycheck.
That'd be the hard part.
That would be really hard. All right, let's keep going on the hard baits. We got some more top water. This is one I've really been wanting for a long time. Because I have the OGs. This is the new Rebel P71. So we'll go ahead and break the package open now that I got a place to put these things tonight. I really wanted bone, of course. Who doesn't? But man, I'm going to be really honest. And just from seeing this in the package now,
I have the bone one. I got it. Actually, I saw Tyler on here. I don't know if he's still on or not, but
yeah, I think hook sets are free.
Yeah, hook sets on. Here. He's actually the one that showed him on, and I went on and grabbed a couple after he showed.
Yeah, man, this thing looks really, really good. And this is I think a bluegill color. And normally I don't throw a lot of bluegill color baits, but I like that it does have a white bottom. It's got an orange throat. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to grab an original P70, and we're going to do a little comparison real quick. Because I've got one hanging up right here. So there is, yes, I got some chick magnets too. Thank you, Hellabass, for that. Tackle Warehouse won't have them yet, but he slid me the goods from Omnia, and I did get a couple in. And I used the prototypes months ago, so it's going to be interesting to see how the production run is. But anyway, here's original P70 pop bar. This is the one everybody wants. It has that knocker in the back. It sits tail down. It's got that really big mouth. So this is the P71, which is supposed to be a 3D printed replica of this bait. So let's see how they look right next to each other. See if I can tell any difference. I do feel like the P71 doesn't have as much bend in the back. See if it's got a knocker. It does have a knocker, so it's going to be tail heavy. This has actually got a matte finish to it. So it looks glossy on Tackle Warehouse, but it's actually, this is a matte finish bait. It feels and in my hand, this bait, the P71, feels a little bit heavier than the old one. But the new one's got a lot better hooks. Let's look at the mouth. I got to look at it myself first. There's really not any differences really in the mouth. Maybe the P71 is more rounded up here. This has got just a little bit. The old school one has got just a little bit more point there. But man, they did a really, really good job. And I love the matte finish bluegill on this. That's one I want to throw. And not just for the fall, but the spring, this P70 is really good around the brush and everything here. Craig Howard made that thing really. This is a good looking boat. You got a couple, Debo?
Yeah, I thought I had the bone one too. I got the blue candy. What color did you have? I got blue candy.
I got bluegill. I wanted blue candy, but man, that sucker was sold out.
Yeah.
That one looks good. You know, it's hard to beat chrome or bone, man. It's just hard to beat chrome or bone.
Yeah, so I like good, man.
Yeah, and here's the original one in case you missed it. This is an original.
Yeah, I never got to fish the original.
I might one of these days when I get your Debo's care package that I keep always forgetting to send out. I might throw you one, but
man, yeah, those look really close.
Just chrome blue. I tell you, I've got a bunch of them. I bought them at this place called Mike's Tackle World, and I've got a bunch of the reproductions they come out with years ago, and they're really, and some of them are really good. That would be a great bait for you to take. And sorry, I got mosquitoes. That's what's going on here, but great bait for you to put that Debo Paint Magic on.
Oh, I would love to, dude.
So I'm going to tell you, I haven't even thrown it. But I would buy a couple more just based on the looks. But I'm fairly confident it feels so similar, looks so similar to that P70. It's going to be a good bait. And I've already had people say, man, it's really, really good. And I'm glad they brought that back out because it seems like bigger topwaters have really taken off. You know, you got the Mega Dog, you got the Mag Dogs, you got Lunker Punkers. Everybody's going big, or they're going really small, which we'll see as well tonight. Oh.
Yeah, I was hoping they were going to have one in that baby bass color, like the regular pop.
Ooh, yeah.
And that baby bass was just like, that was the deal for me growing up.
Yeah, that old school baby bass was really, really good. So let's see here. I'm going to get this. I'm going to hide the TW banner. It's pretty cool. I'm liking this StreamYard thing. Once I get it figured out, I think we're going to go hard on that thing. This is definitely so much more smoother than Skype.
Yeah, it's really user friendly.
Junior can go play Fortnite or whatever. He's been playing Roblox lately. All right, sticking with topwater. I know I got another topwater bait in here. All right, same brand umbrella company, Pradco Baits. This is the new Heading Super Spook Boyo.
Ooh.
So they didn't have many colors when I ordered this, and of course tonight I'm trying to get my link, Tackle Warehouse link. They'll all be in the description after the video. I got them all typed up, so all I got to do is copy and paste them. So anything you guys see, there will be a link to it. But that is the Boyo, and that's that oaky shad. You know, you got your clear bone belly, chartreuse top. This has always been a good color. I was thinking it would actually be smaller, but it's really like a downsized Super Spook Junior. So it's going to be very finessey.
So it's like between that and the pup?
Yes. If you remember the Zara puppy, good bait, but it was really hard to walk, and you kind of had to throw that on spinning gear. So this has a little bit of weight to it. The exact weight on here, if it even say, I think it would be around a ½ ounce, I'm sure. They don't say. But it's got good hooks on it. I know that. So there's the Boyo Super Spook. I think it's 2.5 inches is the size. And it has a really loud rattle for a 2.5-inch bait. Dude, we will get a Mr. Bass and Baitman tackle, Baitman stream. You know what? We may get a Mr. Bass, a Debo, Rand Dizzle. We'll go fatal 4-way if we have to.
That'd be crazy.
I think the ultimate goal would be to like get 6 people on here and just go tackle crazy.
It'd be nuts.
Because I'm like you. I enjoy the interaction with other people.
Yeah, it's so fun, man.
Rudd, Nowak. I'd love to get Ben on here for a smallmouth only stream. You know, I like having Hella Bass. Always like Epic Eric too.
I need to get him online. Yeah, I haven't.
He'd do it. So heading Boyo, I definitely gonna grab a couple and bone. So I've had a couple people ask me, say, I've got that Shower Blow 77. You know, the real small one. And I'm going to be really honest. I'm not convinced yet. It's a little tough to work. I don't know if maybe I need to scale down the action on my rod a little bit. Maybe even lighten my line. Baitman Jr. caught a few little bitty short fish when I did that live from Lake X thing a few weeks ago. But the 77.7, I've thrown on my normal topwater rod, and I feel like my rod's overpowering that bait just a little bit. And I use just a 7-foot medium head. It's not even a medium heavy. It's like it's a medium heavy, if that makes sense. Moderate action rod. Darius has been fishing with me. He knows what rod I'm talking about. But it works a popper really good. But that bait I just couldn't get to work great. But Chris, the SB 77.7, they are out. You can find them. I think Tackle Warehouse has got them. Local stores seem to get them. So, all right. Let's see what else we got. Speaking of poppers, let's see if Debo's got one of these. This is the Arashi Cover Pop.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And I've retailed these. They sold really good. And I always heard good things about them, but I never bought one. One of the reasons I wanted it is because unlike other poppers, Um, it's meant to walk in place, and you can see that cover pop is a pretty big popper, but it's got this real wide mouth, and it's really narrow in the back end. So what that does is allow this bait to just walk in place back and forth, but you can still get a popping action out of it. I've never been too crazy on a lot of the Arashi stuff, but I actually like their walking bait, so I'm going to pick this one up. This is kind of like that 6 cent Spanish bone color. I mean, whatever. It's white, chartreuse belly. They're going to eat it. He's digging. He's digging now.
Dude, I've got the ultimate tackle organization here of a whole bunch of like random baits I put into a tub. And it's awesome because when you go to pick up one, you pick up every single crankbait that's in here. It's not efficient at all. But yeah, I've got a white one. It's like a shad looking color with a black back, and then this one. And like you were saying, they pop really easy, and you can get them to just like hover there and pop back and forth really easy. So
this time of year, I really like a walking bait, a buzz bait, a plopper, something like that. But these fish will get right next to cover, and you can pitch like a finesse jig or soft plastic. But if they're still got overcast, that's when I like something like a Rico or a P70 that I can just sit there and pop in just short little pops and kind of get some small walk on this.
See, I've never fished one of the. What's the big deal with the Ricos? My buddy Bass Geek was telling me about them. I've never
Dude, one, they cast really well, and they're not overbearing, so when you pop one, it's not like it's just giant splash or big blurps. You kind of get that quick side-to-side action. It's not like a walk the dog. It's just a quick dart and back to center.
Yeah.
It's a really good one. Some people like a Yellow Magic or they like the Donavino Splash It. They're all basically the same kind of mold.
Gotcha,
but,
okay. Yeah, I've never used them. I know a lot of people swear by it. I just didn't I never knew what the big deal behind them was.
But I figured for the price with that sale, this Arashi Cover Pop, man, it was hard to pass up. And they got some great looking colors. They don't have anything crazy. It's just a couple bluegills, a chrome,
that shad looks sweet. And I was going to show this one because it's like a translucent, but I don't know how 47 hooks all literally got tangled on one bait.
Dude, you need to do my cheat.
I need more boxes. I need to get more boxes and organized.
I feel it's really, Bass Mafia hooks me up when I need it, but I always hate asking. But you would think, like me and you, like Plano or somebody would be knocking at our door like, hey, you got thousands of baits. Would you like some stuff? Now, I get plenty of stuff from 6 cents, and they just released those bait cases, which are sweet. I don't know if you've seen
those.
Debo.
Are you talking about the zipper ones? I wish I would have ordered a bunch more. I don't know if they still have them. I've got a camel. I'll show one over here because Randizzle and I were freaking, dude, we love those things. Like, maybe not a boat guy. I don't know. I guess it would just depend on how you organize.
Oh, dude, like I've been fishing with Mark. I'm filming this TV show, and I just carry a bag of like 5 or 6 things in there. Oh, yeah, that's the one I wanted to order.
Yeah, real good, natural, like clean, clear. Yes. Yeah, they work really well. I haven't used this one. I think I've only thrown this one once, but I've got the shad color one that I've had a lot of success on. Yeah, I'll grab that and show you in case somebody was wondering.
But yeah, it's 6 cents just dropped. It's like a bait. I forgot exactly the name of it. It looks like a pistol case with foam cutouts, and they got one for jerk baits, their swim baits, and the glide baits. I got some ordered, so next week we'll definitely have a 6 cents unboxing on here. So, all right. Oh, Ben Nowak's in here. Yeah, those things are cool.
Frickin', I don't know if this is what you were talking about, those bait bag things, or are you talking about like the clear ones?
Both of them. I've got some of those.
Dude, these are. I wish I would have bought like 5 of those. Love them.
Ben Nowak says he's no fishing for him this weekend. It's as close as he could get. Welcome to being a dad, Ben. It's going to happen, bud. We were just talking about you. Love to get you on a smallmouth only stream one night.
Briefcase.
Love to see the difference between Ben's fall fishing up north versus me. I'm I don't know. I consider being in the South, but you know, Kentucky's one of those weird states where you drive far enough toward Louisville, you're considered in the North. You drive where I'm at in West Kentucky, you can be Midwest, or you can be drive down Kentucky Lake 20 miles, and then you're in the South. So it's really, really weird. So here's Adam Mira. He says here on your Rico, it says the Rico cast great, rattles, great colors, high quality hooks, great feathered treble. That's a good summary. And Adam, great guy, dude. He's got tons of fishing knowledge. He's always on my Instagram. He probably knows more about baits than me. I love Instagram, by the way. I like Debo's photos. I figured something out, like how to get a few more likes. My stuff's really blown up in the past 2 weeks, but I've kind of figured something out. But anyway.
No, I'm not showing skin in my pictures.
When's the next trace drops? I'm ordering if it's still available. By your burner, yes. I'm probably going to say you're going to see some this week because they posted a picture of some colors they didn't have today. So here we go. Hook sets. What's up, Tyler? Kevin, Debo didn't hear you explain the bait cases. Tell him about those one more time. All right. I'm going to see if I can.
I'm looking them up now. Is it like the suitcase thing?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. These?
Yes, the bait chamber. Yeah. I'm going to see if I can share my screen real quick. Let's see if I can share my screen. I've never done this, so.
It's sweet. Yeah, it's cool to be able to do. I don't know. I'll back these zipper things all day, though. Those things are freaking sweet, the soft plastic deals. Huh, I didn't even know they had those. Those are cool.
Oh, I have to do it. Yeah, so they've got those for the jerk baits. They're designed for the provoke, but I'm just looking at it. You could definitely put Mega Bass in there, a Spro mix stick, or anything. You'd be all right. What's wrong with my voice, Jordan C? I don't know who you are. All right. Moderator, get in here. Jack Mitchell said he smashed on a Jaint Juice color accent buzzbait this morning. He bought it from the Baitman. Absolutely. Jack used to be one of my good customers. I do have a Jaint Juice actual buzzbait I found in like a gas station tackle shop last year. Check this guy out, Debo. This is all you. Check this guy out. You can't tell it because of my. It's got a pale chartreuse blade and clacker. It's got a chartreuse and purple skirt.
Oh yeah, right up my alley.
Yeah, I'm not a big clacker guy. I'm more of a squeaker. I like them to squeak, but it was $2, and I thought, dude, I spent $2 on way worse things than a buzzbait, so I'm buying it.
Hell yeah,
that's how my brain works.
Oh yeah.
All right, here. Let's see here. Jack, I appreciate you joining up in the stream again, my man. Let's see. All right, so next we got another popper. This is one I didn't own, but speaking of chartreuse purple, I done it. I went and got me one of these. This is the dual hardcore popper. This is new. So I think these are the ones that come out at iCast. I like Yozuri baits. Very underrated company. Like, I don't know what it is about them.
Yeah, actually, speaking of a walking bait, that Yozuri, I forget what theirs is called. It walks really easy. What is that called? I had one.
Is it the one that's kind of like a shower blow?
No, it's like just a pointy nosed. I have two of them. I could tell you where it's at. No, it's. I'll tell you while you're looking at that.
Yeah, y'all can make fun of my accent. And that's okay. I'll be 36 in 2 weeks. I'm past the point of no return on the Kentucky accent. It is what it is. Y'all should hear David Fritz talk. But anyway, this is the Yozuri Hardcore Popper 70F. Check that dude out. That's some straight up purple. It looks blue on the webcam, but I promise you it's purple. And a chartreuse belly. And someone said, well, why you like bone and chrome? Why would you get this? One word. Small mouth. You know, in the fall, they really key in on those bright colors, especially on those overcast days. And The purple up top, really, it isn't going to matter too much, I don't think. That's just one for me, and two, but that yellow belly, just a little bit something different, and it's got a yellow feathered treble. Now, unlike the other poppers we've been seeing, this one, Debo, it's got a rattle with it. Can you hear? It's almost a click instead of like that.
It's like a tack, tack, tack.
Tack, tack, tack. So it's something a little different, maybe a little bit better when there's some fishing pressure hanging around. But paint job's really good, man. Yozuri makes good stuff. These hooks are really sharp. I done hook myself while ago. Really like that. Hardcore popper. It 2 3/4 inches, 3/8 of an ounce. So it's pretty light, but you should still be able to cast this very easily on Baitcaster Gill.
I was just going to say it was the Yozuri 3DB Pencil Series 100 is what it was that I had. 2 of those. And they're actually on sale right now, $5.99. So 40% off. I don't know if they're getting rid of them. Oh, I liked it. Walk super easy. It was just bone. They've got them in stock. So
I feel like Yozuri is underrated, and in the saltwater world, they're huge. And the reason I say that here is because I think a lot of people pass them up because they think they used to be like a cheaper version of Lucky Craft. But in all reality, their quality is just the same, if not better, than many people. But the name Yozuri, it's just kind of a weird name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't throw a bunch of their stuff. I had that walking thing, and I want to say I had one of their crankbaits. I don't remember what it was, but I liked both of them. I mean,
yeah, every bait from them I've used, I like, but it's always down on my list. It's just something that passes me by. So here's a good question right here. I'm definitely missing some questions.
Jordan said fish don't like hooks.
But I don't either, Jordan. Brittany Rodriguez. Brittany, back in the stream. Great to see you again. When are you guys throwing a wake bait rat and around what cover? So me personally, Brittany, I like it pre-spawn. So way back earlier in the year, and I really like throwing it down the bank riprap, and I like fishing it by horizontal cover, like laydowns, stuff like that on the bank. That's the best for me success on a rat. And I'm not saying I've had a lot. Now I got a buddy that's been fishing them at night, and he actually makes them. You can look him up on Instagram, Narrowgate Baits. He's a rat expert. He throws them almost all year round, but really at night they shine. It just makes a lot of commotion. Good question. Let's see. Here's another one. You can answer this, Debo, too. Do you think the color on top of a topwater lure really matters? I used to always say no, but I think there's special situations when you're throwing like a spook and it's windy and there's ripple where that bait bobs a lot, or clear water where that bait throws some flash, where that top color does matter. Or you're fishing ultra shallow. I think they see it a lot better than you think.
I completely agree, and a lot of it's going to be, it's just a reaction, right? They don't have time to look at it, but when it's something that they're going to key in on, and especially speaking to the fisheries biologist, was his name John, on Rudd's podcast or live, he was saying they key in, they definitely know what they're looking at. It's not just like bluegill versus shad. They just see something moving, they're going to eat it. He said there's a very distinct, they will key in on and eat the things that that help them the most. So like a frog over scum, no, like it's not going to matter. They're just going after that profile or whatever. But like you're saying, on walking baits, especially the ones that kind of roll and go down, I agree, man. It's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt to go.
No, I mean, I think that throat color matters too. Sometimes I know I was in the boat with someone that was throwing a bone with the orange throat spook, and I was just throwing bone, and they're getting like 2 to 1 of my bites. And I was like, all right, let me look at your retrieve. And I'm like, all right, my retrieve's the same. Is yours rattling? It's the same exact thing. And then I said, well, you got an orange throat. So I went and dug down in my box, and I found one. And Lord behold, about the third cast, I started catching them. I was like, whatever it is, they want that little bit of orange on there. So, Yeah, good question, Sycamore. But also, I'll answer this. What also matters a lot in topwater fishing is what you got confidence in, especially this time of year, because I'm going to throw topwater all day if I can. All right, good question. Hook sets are free. He kind of corrected me on something, which is good. I like this. He said, Yozuri and Dual Hardcore are the same family, but not the same company. So I guess that would be like they're in, like Pradco has Hedden and all those others. It's kind of the same deal for Yozuri and Dual. So thanks, Tyler. Appreciate you clearing that up for me. Now I kind of knew that, but when I say Dual, I just say Yozuri. So, oh man, I've got way behind on the comments. Way behind.
It happens, man. Yeah, I know it's stressful.
All right. I might skip some comments. I think that's all. Oh, yeah. We got another hard bait here. Another top water. And don't ask me why. I just now got one of these. I see them at Walmart all the time. But these are on sale at Tackle Warehouse right now. This is the Berkeley Bullet Pop. And this is the only one out of all these top waters I got that was bone.
What size did you get?
The 80. I got the big one. Now, Berkeley, I'm going to be honest. This is the cheapest packaging I've ever seen, and it's so hard to get this stuff open. It's so hard. And from retail, I remember putting these on shelves, just this whole Berkeley line of hard baits. They don't hang straight. It's just a mess. Jordan C. Bud, I don't do drugs. I don't even drink. I have a feeling you may have smoked a left-handed cigarette before you got on the stream, but I did not. We are still learning. I haven't bass fishing with D&B. He says he has not bass fished since way before he moved out of Oklahoma. Not Skookin' Squad logo. We don't discriminate. I appreciate you coming into the stream. Dude, I'm still learning. Debo, are you still learning bass fishing?
Oh, that's the fun part of it, man. You can never... KVD will tell you he's still learning. It's always evolving. Things are changing. You've got electronics. You've got new baits, new sounds, new ways to look at it, new ways to work.
Yeah, I feel like what happens is people get really complacent, and you see that with the new electronics. Guys, oh, you don't need all that. But dude, you better learn it if you got the funds and you're especially if you're going to fish at that top tier pro level. You better learn it. But it's kind of weird how everything revolves. You're seeing a lot more old school techniques become popular again. Like the spinnerbait's making a comeback. I remember 5-7 years ago is chatterbait.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden the swim jig gets popular. Now spinnerbait's coming back, which spinnerbait never died for me. I wasn't a big chatterbait fan. Now I am. I'm a jackhammer fan. But this bullet pop is pretty sweet, Debo. It's actually the biggest out of all these poppers I got. So it reminds me of more of that real Rico, the big Rico. Good looking bone color here. It has a knocker in it. It's got a really huge mouth on this guy. I don't know if y'all can see how big and cupped this mouth is. It's got a feathered treble, so you got some good components. Berkeley puts those fusion hooks on. I'll be honest, I don't think they're that bad.
Dude, when they first came out, I kind of talked crap because they felt like light wire. They just felt like they were not going to be strong. Dude, they're sharp as heck. I honestly haven't had any problems. I think I've got the 70 size, I want to say is what it is, the smaller one.
How does it cast? Does it cast good?
Yeah, I haven't had any problems with it. The thing for me, too, is they make that shad color, the kind of silvery black back and matte. And Mr. Bass was actually just talking about that you don't see a lot of them, the matte stuff, it seems like, just the normal gloss.
Yeah, I remember Lucky Craft was really popular because they did a lot of their colors in those matte finishes. And they made a matte chartreuse and blue deep diver, and you'd set that sucker on the dashboard of your truck for 2 weeks, and the chartreuse would fade and white would show up underneath it. That was the time to go throw it. At least out here, they just ate it. But I like this bullet pop. I know it works on Lake X because Justin Lucas did a video with this bait a few years ago out on Lake X, the one I fish, and just mauled them. But I got this one for Kentucky. Again, I like bigger top waters. Now, there's a time to go finesse where I'll throw that Boyo or the Super Spook Junior. But anytime I can get away with it, I'm gonna go big. I like that rattle. I like that rattle. Let's see. All right, here's one. This may be our last hard bait. I think this is a crankbait. I actually saw this tied on somebody's rod at the Bassmaster Classic last year before it came out in a different color. This is the Norman Speed In. So Bill Norman baits used to be really popular, you know, DD22, DD14, deep little in. Well, this is the Speed In. It's a square bill. It almost looks like a deep little end with the square bill, to be honest with you. Got that lavender shad color. I got this one to fish kind of in the flats on the shallow points this fall. See if it rattles. Ooh, real loud rattle on that, Debo. Really loud.
Deep thud.
I think this is like going to be their version of the speed trap. I did think this was going to be more of a flat side bait, but it's just more of a traditional round body. Again, that's the famous Norman color lavender shad there. Yeah. And if anybody's throwing this bait, let me know in the comments.
I've not thrown that one. It looks good though.
I think I would definitely like to get a couple of these in a red color for the spring, especially with that deep rattle in it right there. Ben Nowak, good question. I'll put that up here, Ben. We're going to highlight you again. He says, when do you fish the speed in or speed crank? So I fish the Lure Jensen speed trap. I fish that in the spring quite a bit. And when I fish it is when there's a rattle trap bite, a lipless bite. I feel like I can go behind people with that speed trap and pretty much burn it and catch a few fish that guys are missing with the lipless crankbait. The only problem with the Lure Jensen speed trap, the bills are terrible. You'll catch like 3 fish and break a bill. So that was one reason I decided to order this guy right here. I want to fish this and burn it around and see how it holds up for one. But dude, old school and me, I grew up cranking DD14s, DD22s, and deep little ends. So I wanted to try this square bill version. It's really nice and actually has pretty good hooks. Oh, Debo's a digging. Debo is a digging. Oh, yeah. Deep little end, lavender shad.
Just going to confirm that, yeah.
Money. That's a classic color.
I used to throw them a ton back in the day, like the old. Seems like you'd always find like the Bandits, the Bombers, the Normans on sale, like in sale racks. So Dad always let me like pick out sale stuff. I always feel like those were like the 3 big cranks that I used to throw back in the day a lot.
Let's see. Oh gosh, this is a heck of a question. Baitman, if there's only Guggen Squad and BD baits on the shelf and you had to buy which would it be? Man, that is a. Can I plead the 5th on that? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to plead the 5th. Actually, I should probably try either one of them because I don't really have anything against the Guggen Squad or anything. You know what? They've made fishing really popular on YouTube, and I'll leave it at that. And hey, if they didn't make it popular, I might not be able to get on here and show you guys all this stuff because they obviously got people drawn to YouTube. But I think Debo's used some of the Guggen baits, so he could probably give you. I trust his opinion.
Yeah,
look,
I've used
man,
it.
their stuff definitely catches fish, no doubt.
I was going to say on the Boyd Duckett thing, though, one thing I was excited about, and I was really hoping it was going to be like a diamond in the rough. Speaking about poppers, was these Boyd Duckett like soft popper, and I'm like, I don't know what the advantage would be, but I'm like, dude, that's cool. It's like a frog mixed with like, is it going to have a cool like commotion or different sound? No,
right?
No.
I had that same thought process when those first came. Someone's driving down my street with the radio on a 4-wheeler. I love Kentucky.
What was the word I was going to say? Oh, yeah, the Guggen stuff. Yeah, I haven't used a bunch of their stuff, but, to me, it's like anything else. I'm the same as you, man. Like, you watch some of their old stuff, and it was, dude, they were kids. It was horrible. Like, their stuff sucked, and, they kept grinding through it, and like you said, they made a name for themselves. I like the Trench Hog and the Rattling Ned are two that I think are cool.
I do like the Rattling Ned, the fact that they actually did put a rattle in there and pulled it off pretty well. No one else had done that, so you can't say they copied that from nobody, so I'll give them that.
Nope. Yeah, the Trench Hawk, I think it's a cool, different profile. Like, I don't know. I like that one, but otherwise I haven't really used a bunch of their other stuff.
Oh, man. Cole, I'm sorry, buddy. Spent all my lunch money on the soft BD cranks one time. Cole's a freaking bait hound, too. He's always getting stuff, man. I love Cole and Jay's channel. They almost at 200,000 subs. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. All of my YouTube friends, me and Cole have got to go fishing. But here's the catch. If I go fishing with Cole and Jay, he's taking me snake wrangling. I'm not just going fishing. We got to go snake wrangling. But
like actual snakes or snakehead?
No, actual snakes, man. Have you ever seen this channel and stuff they do?
No, I don't. Dude, I don't watch YouTube. I'm sorry. I know there's so many cool channels I'd love to support, but like,
so my kids got to watching Cole and Jay with me because one time they wanted to watch snakes on YouTube, and I said, "Hey, watch this. This is my friend." And now any video they upload, they want to watch them. So
that's awesome.
Got to helping Cole and Jay get that YouTube ad revenue. So, all right, man. I still got some stuff in here. This is one Ben Nowak can probably relate to. They used to sell a ton of these, and this has got to be some kind of magic blade bait. And it's a Demiki Vault. I don't own many blade baits. I know Pig Patrol, Josh, he's always throwing blade baits, and he catches everything under the sun. But I think I want a little small. I got a little 3/8 ounce one on this Vault. I like this color. It's kind of like just a holographic smoke. It says Hollow Cyber Purple. I don't really see that much purple in this thing, but it's just a flashy little blade bait. I like the design. It's got three hook slots for your snap. So I'm assuming you move it forwards. It's going to change the centering, give it a little bit different fall and action. But it seems like it's built real well. It doesn't really flex. You know, some of those blade baits you get, and they flex. But this is probably going to be a wintering deal. I probably need to order some more. Because you know what's going to happen. I'm going to drop it and get hung. So
I ordered a few, and that's what happened. I was all like excited about it, and because I don't fish them a ton. My dad has had luck on them, and yeah, I think I lost 2 within 5 minutes, and I'm like.
Chris Horney says, "Did you hear what's going on with the outdoor channels? They're getting the entire channels demonetized." I have not heard that. I seen something on Twitter, but
I just heard it too. Yeah, apparently it's
now.
And pew type stuff, I guess.
Yeah, if it's pew and shooting animals, then I could see that coming. But I don't know if fishing will be demonetized. And hey, this channel definitely doesn't have as much fishing as some of the others. But I think people like me and Debo are safe because we're kind of family friendly. You know, I might drop a few swear words every now and then, but you know, I don't go out of my way to make a bunch of crazy videos. If I want to make hunting videos, I wouldn't put them on YouTube. I can tell you that. So I think me and you, Debo, we may be safe from that.
Yeah, I hope so. I heard that too, and I'm like, nothing I can do about it, you know, I guess. Or just do unboxings. I'll just do lots of unboxings. I'm a nerd.
That's pretty much what I do. I do unboxings and just talk baits. So we'll be all right. We can put us in the toys collectibles category.
All of our hooks come not sharp. None of these are dangerous. These are all soft. Everything's fine.
All right, someone said, what does RTO mean? Rattling Takahiro Amari. I believe is what RTO stands for from Lucky Craft. I could be wrong.
Oh.
All right. You want to do some jigs? I got some jigs here.
Yeah.
All right. This is a micro jig. This is the Molex Nano Jig.
I just grabbed some of those a little while back too. Yeah, I haven't got to throw them yet. I got a black and purple one.
I got this color called Fantastic Gill. This one looks pretty interesting. It's got actually a pretty nice hook. I think pretty nice. It's weird though. Notice that it's not truly round. It's almost kind of squared off.
Yep.
I think somebody in the stream recommended me getting this when it landed. It's got this little bitty 4-prong fluorocarbon wood guard, I'm going to assume. 90-degree line tie. Pretty cool little jig right here. I bet you I could pair that up with the new 6-inch mini stroker crawl. It'd be really good.
I saw those. I wish they would have had those when I ordered. Those look pretty sweet.
Yeah, I think I got one behind me, and we might rig it on something here in a minute. But I really like this color. It almost reminds me of like a Dirty Jigs color. That's that matte mix up. It's just kind of, or a Cumberland Craw kind of color that it's really popular here, but it almost has a little bit of blue craw vibes to it too. I really like that. These Nano Jigs, they're smaller than Finesse Jigs, and they're getting even more and more popular.
Yeah, what was that? Two years ago, I think it was, like the water was 40-some degrees. And this was the first I'd ever thrown a jig this big. I mean, you talk about small. That thing's literally like the size of my thumb. And I caught it was just under 5 on it.
Those Contact jigs are the deal. So that's one reason I bought some of these micro jigs of trout and some different stuff. Jordy C, why don't you go fishing with some of these lures you show off? I do. Look, I don't even like taking GoPros and stuff. And so one thing I'm going to do more of on this channel is I'm not going to necessarily do fishing videos as far as like, hey guys, we're over here at Lake whatever. I just want the fish catches and the bait footage. So when I finally get off my tail and start doing videos about certain baits and techniques, I've got the footage to lay over the top. So if I talk about, putting a craw on a buzz bait and catching a bass, I've got the video, and I actually do have that. So, that's kind of what Tactical Bassing does. They don't do a lot of, hey, let's go here. Every now and then they'll do something unique, but it's mostly Matt sits in the boat and talks about the bait and then throws some B-roll over it. And it takes a lot more pressure off a guy to make a video. You can go fishing 4 or 5 times in a month, and if you got enough fish catch, you say, well, I've got 8 of them on a walking bait. Maybe it's time to do a walking bait video. So, but anyway, Nano Jig, I like that. So it's got a really weird head, though. You notice that it's not quite an archy head, and it's not a football head. It's just, I don't know how to describe it. Aspirin head, maybe? Aspirin head?
New jig head. Add that to the list. Swim jig.
I've actually got a micro jig, or it's a Finesse Jig box, but I've got a bunch of micro jigs in it too. So I figured, well, if I'm going to take Finesse jigs, I might as well take my micro jigs. I guess I'm going to have to get one of those BFS reels for throwing these on bait casters. So let's see, got that. I'm running out of place to throw things too. I just throw it on my desk, which is just junk everywhere. All right. 2 from Beast Coast. So I got 2 jigs from Beast Coast. They make really good stuff. Anything they've ever put out or sent me, I've been highly impressed. The first one here, this is the little Hustler jig. I don't know if you got any of these, Debo.
Oh yeah, yep. I've had a couple good days on the Hybrid Hustler. Very cool jig.
Now, if you guys didn't know what the Hybrid Hustler is, it's kind of got that finesse cut skirt, and then you got some kind of rabbit fur, or I don't know what it is. Marabou
and Flashaboo.
And it's I believe it's tied on, so there's not a rubber skirt collar. It's tied on. Now, do you put a trailer on that, or you just fish it like it is?
I do. I bit off just the head of a Reaction Innovations Smalley beaver.
Right.
And yeah, I caught, I think, a 4 that day and like a 3.5, and I couldn't get him to bite anything else.
Really?
It looks sweet. Yeah, that marabou, like people, and I know Ben's big on it. Ben, I think, ties his own marabou stuff. But like it looks really weird when you get like a hair jig for people that don't use them. Like you look at that and you think, well, that looks like, but once you get it wet, like, man, it really like compacts down, but like the movement is like, you can't get it out of rubber. It just looks.
Does it breathe?
Yeah, it just looks so weird. Like it just looks so natural. Like as the water's just moving over, it's just a very.
I like that. And
yeah, that's a really good jig.
I throw hair jigs, but the hair jigs I throw are like this big. You know, I'm throwing stuff to imitate gizzard. I'm offshore fishing.
Yep.
But I feel like when the water's really starting to cool down, fishing something like this on a
Yep.
long point or rip wrap, that's going to be the deal. Really like that, man. I'm again, Beast Coast makes really great things. Not sponsored with them, affiliated with them. They're great people. They reach out to me on Instagram a lot. Dude, I like that little hustler jig. I think that's going to catch them.
And they make it in a 5/16. Like for bank fishing, I feel like 5/16 is the best.
Yeah, that's the size I got too. Because I want to do some more bank fishing. And I thought, man, I got to get something that's right for that. The next one I got, this is new. It says it's smallmouth crush approved. So shout out Travis Manson. Enjoy your $1 you got from this purchase from me or whatever. Travis is a great dude. His streams are a little bit different. They're a little off the wall, maybe a little bit conspiracy theorist, but he's a great fisherman. So this is a tungsten, is it tungsten powder coated, I believe, jig. So it's like kind of like the Kitech football jig. One thing I said, man, look how flared out that skirt comes, and it's got tinsel in it. I love tinsel in jigs. I don't know if you've ever used jigs with tinsel in them, Debo, but something about that tinsel.
Yeah. That flash, I think they call it flashaboo or whatever. Yeah.
It's got some kind of flare and flash in the water. It kind of breathes a little bit, but man, I'm trying to. Must be a sharp hook because they've put a little hook cover over this, but I'm trying to look down the shank of the hook here, peel this back. But you can see it's got a keeper on the shaft. It's just a little piece of tungsten or lead that's segmented, so you can shove whatever trailer on there. I tell you what, I got something that look really good on this thing. I'm gonna dress this guy up real quick. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put the mini stroker crawl on here. You know, Debo, these are made in the United States now.
Oh, cool.
And they got
I like those stroker crawls. What was I? Oh, I was going to say I had the bluegill. I want to say it's a bluegill color. It looked like the color that you had of that hybrid hustler. And the flash that I actually had a Reaction Innovations, the Smalley Beaver in red cross swirl or whatever it's called, and like in the water it's almost like a little see-through-ish with that, like that flashaboo stuff. It just gives it a cool different look, like when you twitch it and it catches light.
Yeah, I like those these tapering keepers, Ben, especially on people are trying to make the buzz baits where you put the frogs on. I like this style keeper. But yeah, check that out. That's what that
looks good.
Stroker Crawl 2.4. I think I could catch a bass on that. And it might take me a year, but I know I could catch one. And I got black and blue. I couldn't figure out which color. I don't care where you live in the country, whether your water's clean, dirty. Black and blue catches fish. It just does. I don't know why. How's a posi track on a Plymouth work? If you remember that movie, it just does.
Just does.
Yeah, dude, I'm impressed with that one, guys. If you like the Kitech football jig, I'm going to go ahead and assume this is a really good alternative. That your buddy, it's got a better hook in it than the Kitech football jig. I can tell you that. All right. What else did I get? Got soft plastic here. Rage Tail Ned Craw. I've got almost all the Ned baits from Strike King, but I thought, man, I'm getting some little bitty jigs here. Why not get some Rage Neds? And there's a bunch of them in the package too. So a lot more to
use those.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the pack.
Cross swirl.
Yeah, dude. Again, when I can't decide what color, I go with green pumpkin, blue craw, or summer craw, and I can do about anything. I think this is what's cool about this bait. I'm about to put this up on that Nano Jig just to see how it looks on the back of the jig real quick. On that Molex. The only problem is getting clamshells open sometimes. It's a pain. Let's see. This really just looks like a tiny version of a Rage Craw. And actually, if you want to get specific, if anybody knows what the Rage DB Craw is, the Denny Brower Craw, that's what it reminds me of. You know, the claws are just a little bit different. Let's see, where'd that Molex jig go? Let's see what it looks like on the back of a Molex Nano Jig. since it's kind of a blue craw color too. The fun part will be tomorrow when I come back in here to clean up, and I've got all this stuff rigged up. And
it's always a mess, dude. My stuff's always a mess too.
I've been saying for 6 months I'm going to come in here and clean, and I'll move like 6 things around. I go, yeah, it's just a chore for another day.
Yeah, and I get free time. I don't want to spend it doing that. I'm like, I'm going to go fishing.
That don't look bad. Now, I will trim the skirt up on this. If I'm going to put a trailer, I will trim that skirt just a little bit under the hook. That's a pretty long skirt for a micro jig, but if you're going to put a rage crawl on the back, I think that'd work really, really good. No whack, I think that could be a little smallmouth killer right there. I think that would work. What do you guys think? All right. I've got stuff all over the desk now. All right, what else do we got? Well, I got another jig. So this comes at a recommendation of Rich, aka Hellabass. I'm a jackhammer guy through and through. If I'm throwing a bladed jig, is a jackhammer. Now, they are 15, 16 bucks. But I do look for some alternatives. And Hellabass says that the Tackle Warehouse exclusive Chatterbait Custom is the way to go. So,
Rich and I agree with this 100%. Yeah, I think it's the best bang for the buck. You get them on sale too. One of their sales, you can get them for almost the price of a regular, just a little bit more than a regular chatterbait. And I agree. They've got a little bit shorter, smaller hook on them, so they're a little bit more compact. Some people don't like that, but
there's the hook. It's really not bad. I've seen worse hooks on bladed jigs. I like this. The only thing I don't like is I don't like that tie right there. So I'm wondering if I could just replace that with a snap.
You could, yeah. And yeah, just double check and use pliers to crimp it, because some of the ones I've had are almost like all the way open back in the day when I got some. So just make sure you check where it probably wouldn't bend out or anything, but I always take my pliers and crimp it just to be sure.
Hook sharp, doing the old fingernail trick. The only other thing is that skirt's like already really loose and feels like it's about to fall apart. But you know what? They make replacement skirts. Here's another good thing I see on this Chatterbait Custom. It's got a really nice hook trailer keeper right there. Overall, pretty good looking. I definitely want to throw it in the water compared to a jackhammer. I guess for bank fishing, pond fishing, I would be more apt to use this if it runs good compared to a jackhammer because of the price. Yeah, and let's be honest, it's hard to get something back fishing off the bank.
Yeah, and for sure, I tell people that all the time, for sure, the chatterbait or vibrating jig is the thing I lose most bank fishing, without a doubt. Have you tried the cross-size jig yet?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I think one of us posted on Instagram. I think I did, and it got a ton of it's got over almost 2,000 likes and just tons of impressions. I have thrown the cross-size from the bank. I think that's a really good bang for your buck.
Completely agree. I completely agree, man.
If I'm fishing off the bank, I'm probably going to alternate between and the cross size. Just depends on what color I need. You know, what's really weird is the cross size is very similar to this. I think the hand tie the skirt, and it's got that kind of O'Shaughnessy style hook. But as far as the head design, everything else is very, very similar. Good deal there. So I like that. And so Hellabass, I'm always willing to step outside the box and take suggestions of fishermen that are better than me. So there's that. What else we got? We'll stay with Z-Man. This is the new T. So remember when you said you like to put the Smalley Beaver on the Hybrid Hustler?
Yeah, I lost you there for a second. What was that? I don't know if it was just me or everybody.
Well, this is the new Z-Man Trd Bugs.
Oh, yeah. Yep, those look good, too.
Yeah, for my little micro jigs, a beaver presentation.
Yes, sir.
I do wonder about threading these on and getting them to stay on. Maybe on, like that Beast Coast that's just got that tapered keeper, if they'd go on better. Because I know if you can't do screw lock shaky heads and stuff like that with the Z-Man plastic. Won't go well, but I really like that little bitty baby guy. I think just sticking that on a net head
I was actually throwing that today. Yeah, I think my picture, I don't know if you can tell it, but yeah, I caught one on that exact thing today in black and blue.
And this is Bama bug, might as well be black and blue. Green pumpkin, some June bug. Yeah, I like that guy right there. I'm not the greatest Ned fisherman. I don't have patience for it, but dude, again, our lakes changed so much with the gobies and the clear water. I used to make fun of people with their spinning rods and all that, but man, you gotta have them now. You gotta have them.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. Here's another Ned bait. Jackal Yami fish. I've heard a lot of good things about this bait. Again, Jackal kind of flies under the radar every now and then. Open this up here. But one thing I like is it's kind of got the tail's two-tone. So it's like this color is green pumpkin fish, but you get that little chartreusey little wiggly tail. Now, compared to a lot of Ned baits, this guy's really narrow. Do you notice how it's narrow and it still tapers? It's not really fat like a TRD or anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of got the feel of a Senko. God, dude, my ankles. I'm gonna look like I took softballs to them.
Dude, the back of my elbows from last night, I got destroyed.
I'm getting destroyed. All right, so here's a brand new bait. And I'll be honest, I'm a little disappointed in this. So this is the packaging. This is the new Spro Sakura worm. And then look at that.
Grab some too.
I feel like there's a lot more room for baits. These are like almost $8 a pack. They're $6.39 or $6.99.
I got that Duratough.
Yeah, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 baits in here. So you're paying almost $1 a bait. Now, of course, you know the color I had to pick. It said Purple Death, and I said, yeah, it's purple.
I think that was the one I got.
Really? No kidding. We need to do, me and Debo should do an all purple bait stream. Oh, heck, Justin Rule. What's up, Jay Rule? Congrats on all them subs, buddy. Just rolling by people, man. I think you got all the subs that have left me. They've all went to your channel. I don't think I'm ever going to get to 17,000 subs, but we're just still on here hanging, just like a hair and a biscuit. Glad you're in here, buddy. Yeah, so
I lied. I got the green pumpkin spice, which is like a green pumpkin purple.
Well, it's still got purple in it. We're good.
Yeah, it's like purple. You can't really tell, but it's like purplish, almost like a June buggy with like a green pumpkin candy.
Yeah, I throw it. Yeah, so, and the Purple Death is kind of like these webcams, man. They just don't show the turtle. I'd have to do like a Debo style or Justin Roll unboxing with a good camera to really show you. But so their material is called Duratough, and you can stretch these guys, you know, just like the TRD or whatnot. So really unique little bait. It's pretty small though. I mean, it's very, very finessey. And unfortunately, I think really the only way this thing's going to play, you could drop shot it, or you're going to Ned rig it. I don't really see many options other than that. No. But man, they're expensive. They're way more. I think what TRDs are what $3.99 a pack, and these are $6.39.
Well, these have an ultimate floating action. It says. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes everything better when you have ultimate floating action.
And they're Duratough with amino bite. What do you think they smell like? The smell is kind of interesting.
It's different. It smells spicy. Does that? I know it's weird, but
yeah, it almost smells like a spicy dirt. Like earthy, like a mushroom almost. A spicy mushroom. Don't eat them. Sean
Lyle says his wife just flashed him. He's so happy right now. I'm such a simpleton. Hey, Sean, I hear you, bud. I hear
when you're married, it's the simple things that keep you going.
Yeah, exactly. That keep you on your toes. Oh, man. But Dude, I'm glad Justin Roll dropped in here, my good buddy. It feels like old times with J Roll in the chat. Now he's just doing it big, man. And I'm going to go fishing with him again next year. I may just have to quit my job if I just want to go fishing. I don't know. Oh man, we skipped over a jig. This is the Picasso Little Spotty. Yeah. This one has a 3/0 hook. It's 1/4 ounce, so I got a little bit lighter to fish off the bank. This is a tungsten jig. Ooh, I like this. This is unique. It's definitely finesse. A really thin, what I'm going to call frog hair skirt. If you see how thin that material is, and when you flick the weed guard, it vibrates down the hook shaft. That just freaked me out. But it's got a kind of a thick hook. But you see that weed guard? It's two prongs right there.
Oh yeah, I've not used those. I've seen they have like kind of that deal on a chatterbait, I think too.
Right.
Or one of their shock blades or whatever.
A buddy of mine makes some football jigs for Dale Hollow, and he puts those style weed guards, and I really like them. It's got a keeper there. I really like that jig. I'm kind of digging it. Just simple, little green pumpkin chartreuse, clear, dirty water. Really like that. That's the Picasso Little Spotty. Now, they had a white color. It just catches your eye. But no, that's just a round ball head, Critical Gravy. Great name. Critical Gravy.
And he makes B&G, biscuits and gravy.
I hope so.
Because that's my favorite breakfast ever.
Dude, my dad's got a biscuit and gravy recipe that's killer. But I've had to change my diet. I'm on that keto train with Royal. I've lost like 8 pounds in 2 weeks.
Damn, that's awesome.
No more sugar, no more carbs for me, man. It's water or a sugar-free drink. I've actually kind of gone to that, not seltzer water, but it's non-carbonated flavored drink with no sugar. God, what's the name of it?
Like Neo or some stuff?
Yeah. Royal has a brand drink he drinks all the time. I just get the Walmart version. But, man, not to get off on a tangent, but, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and, it's very, very treatable, and I felt really good. It took me a few days to get used to the sugar-free deal, but, man, I felt really good. Like 3 weeks ago, a month ago, I couldn't stream like this. After being up since 5, 6 o'clock this morning, I had to take like 3 naps, and I've been up all day. I've had good energy, and I've lost some weight. And I feel good about it. So, but anyway, we're talking about baits. That's awesome, the Picasso Little Spotty. Really like, and that's tungsten too. So, 1/4 ounce jig, and it looks like it should be like an 1/8 ounce. But it does probably have one of the more sturdy hooks in all these micro jigs that I've shown you guys. I should have just brought my micro jig box out. All right. Yeah, we skipped over this guy right here. So, when I opened my Tackle Warehouse box, I thought, man, this thing looks cool. That's right, Dad Bob. We'll go back to OH Ivy, and we'll see if we can't get the A-Rig going again. This is from I don't own nothing from this company. The first bait I've ever bought. This is from Machine Lure Works, and this is a jerk bait called the 115 SD. So I got the obviously SD shallow diver. It is 115 millimeters, 3/4 of an ounce. Goes about 6 foot. All right, so I want to show you something on this bait that's really cool. And I think this one,
I've seen them before, but
dude, I've seen Hookup Tackle and all kinds of people talking about this brand. There's something really interesting on this jerk bait I want to show you, Debo, and show everybody else. This is called a Gunmetal Shad or something like that. All right. So it almost looks like a gray holographic. But see this? There's a weight on this jerk bait.
Really?
A free swinging weight. Huh. So I was reading up on this after I'd already bought it, because when it come in, I was like, well, I don't remember that being on there in the Tackle Warehouse pictures. If you leave the weight on, it's going to make it makes it slowly sink. If you take it off, it's going to slowly rise up. Or you can take a pair of side cutters and clip it in half, and that's when it's going to suspend head down. Now that is cool. That is cool. That's some innovation that, instead of making 3 different models of suspending a floater and just a natural one, they said, well, we'll just put the weight on there and the angler can adjust it how they want to.
Did they give you an extra in case you want to do multiple things, or is it just the one?
It's just the one. So I guess if you cut it in half, you're either going to have to take it off and have a slow floater, or you're going to always be suspending. But I'm sure you could figure out what this thing weighs, and maybe you could find equivalent in some kind of crappie weight or something to put on there. But pretty cool. You can hear that weight transfer in there. Let's see if it rattles or much. Got a little bit of weight, not a whole lot. Sean says you can buy the weights separate. Okay, good deal. Good to know. So, dude, I like the looks of this jerkbait. I'm a jerkbait guy. I used to not be, and I've really got into it. And I wanted this shallow version for the fall. I think guys kind of forget about the jerkbait, and everyone's a lipless or top water. But those days when you see fish schooling and busting, but they're not really eating your top water, dude, jerkbait underneath sometimes gets it done. But man, I love that color. It's not a matte finish.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's just, dude, it's gunmetal gray with some hollow in it. I really like that bait. This is probably the one bait out of everything I unboxed that I was impressed with, from the looks of it, the way it's built, and the fact that it's very customizable. Maybe I'll invest in some more stuff from this company.
I was just going to look them up now. I've heard of them. I couldn't tell you what all they have.
I know they got a lot of baits that have, like their crankbaits and square bills, have blades on them. So that's definitely unique.
Yeah. They've got, I think this might have been what, I don't remember where it was, but they've got like a prop bait, and it's got like a big flashy looking, almost like a Colorado blade looking thing on the back. That's kind of cool. Well, they have finesse jigs too, finesse football jig.
Yes. I've heard a lot of people say their finesse jigs are the truth. I may just give you an idea to make another order.
Oh, they do sell them. A 3-pack of those weights is $279.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah,
it's not too bad.
That's pretty cool.
It is kind of hard to get it back in the package, which I'll probably end up throwing this in my jerkbait box anyway. But dude, so that's, to me, yes, they are like $15-20 or whatever they were, but it was on sale, and I definitely would buy another one or two. I mean, I'm all for innovative stuff too. All for innovative stuff. Yeah, now I get back to throwing stuff in the box. All right, soft plastics. Went old school on this one, Debo. Went with some culprit, and I got the Incredi frog.
Yeah, that frog doesn't miss leg day, just so you know.
Yeah, dude, it's been doing the squats in the rack. So I got black and gold, which is kind of more of a transparent gray with a goldish belly. But I got it for one reason. And I've been catching them on this combo right here, which is this is one of my favorite buzz baits. It looks so simple. This is the Accent Jacob Wheeler buzz. And I've got a stroker crawl on the back, and I've been catching them on this, but I wanted to play around and take this Incredi frog and put it on a buzz bait. Now it's thick. It's a little bit bigger buzz bait than frog than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it doesn't miss leg day. It's beefy.
That's a pretty beefy combo right there. But I went with the black because instead of a black skirt on a buzz bait and have a black frog. And I like that, just a little bit of gold to kind of throw off with the blade. I think that's a pretty good deal there. And of course, you could just Texas rig it how you want to, but
I was throwing with the 2-prong frog hooks and had good success with it.
It seems like a good frog. Dude, culprit's so old school, man. You know, the old ribbon tail, fire and ice, tequila sunrise, motor oil.
Red Shad.
Whose dad didn't have, red shad culprit worms. and after you have them a year, they bleed in the bag.
Things gross.
Yeah. So we'll see if these bleed. I don't know if they will or not. Then almost down to the bottom of this box, Debo. X Zone lures. You have anything from X Zone?
I do. Yep. I have some of the small ones of those, the tiny ones. I don't know what they call that thing, but was putting that on Finesse Jigs too, because they came out with a small size of that. If that's the beaver looking bait.
Yes, this is the Adrenaline Bug.
Adrenaline Bug. There you go. Yeah, they came out with the small one.
First off, their plastic seems really soft. Kind of feels very similar to like Zoom's plastic, maybe a little bit softer. Got your diamond pattern, kind of beaver tail. You can pull this guy apart. Oh, well, shit, that's really soft. I just pulled the damn tail off. Well, okay. Let's get another model, I guess. This guy can go in the trash. All right. So you can pull the tail apart gently, not get in a hurry, and it splits apart. But it does have a real fat body. I think 4/0 3/0 flipping hook would probably be the best in there. This is just a somber craw color. Always really good here. I like that. Now, this is the only thing I own from X Zone, except I got some of their Ned baits, and their Ned baits are really good.
Yep, and that's what I've actually caught the most on is those. I got some of their what is it? The adrenaline. What is that one? The adrenaline. I got the ones that look like the spicy beavers. I haven't got.
Okay, so you got the adrenaline craw. This is the adrenaline bug. So
yeah, they look really good, dude. I'll grab one.
Packaging's cool. You got Brandon Paulnet mean mugging on the front here. So
I like on the front too because what's the red sticker on that one say? The Ned one says it's like deadly Ned rig bait or like amazing something.
Yeah,
Ned rig.
Yeah. Deadly on a Ned rig.
Yeah.
The Ned bait. And this one says floating craws. Ooh, Nathan, that stream actually and the dude from Teckle had an interesting conversation about that. And I can tell you now. He basically said he knew he put bad hooks in those, but they were cheap and it would cost his margins to put a better hook in there. And I'm like, so they're bad and you're sending them out. Yeah, there you go. I see your lip there.
Sorry, I'm on mute. This one, the big selling point of this is it says it has floating claws, just in case you wanted to know. But yeah, I did get to play with this. I didn't catch anything on it, but I like it. It's a pretty cool, like 3-4 inch maybe total bait.
Yep. So that looks like a cross between a spicy beaver and a Z Craw from Zoom.
Yeah, it's what it reminded me of was the Z Craw. Yep.
But evidently they're getting to be a pretty popular company, so I thought, well, I'll try this out. I'd like to try maybe some of their shaky worms and stuff like that. I'm always experimenting.
Yeah, they seem like really nice people.
Will Perryman, great guy. Will is Will. He said the X Zone Swammer is a great swim jig trailer and chatterbait trailer.
I have messed with.
I had to remember that.
This was actually one that goes really good on finesse jigs too, and I forgot. This actually might have been the one I was using that day, but this is the it's like a punching thing, Punisher punch crawl. But it's not very big. Does it say how big these are? No. But I just bit this off where the legs were. I don't know if I can show this very well, but my finger's 3 inches. So right at about 3 inches, but I bit that off, so it's about 2 inches. And these claws are very like bulbous. It reminds me of those old like Berkeley, like bulbous power bait looking craw things.
Yeah, Baitman Jr.'s got some of those the champ craws or whatnot.
I don't know. I think this thing's pretty cool.
It does look good. It does look good. All right. Let's see. Last bait I've got. I did not have any of these. I've been wanting to try these for a long, long time. This is the Beast Coast Marauder Craw. Marauder, I guess that's how you pronounce it. Yep. I have heard this is a sneaky good chatterbait trailer. But so I'm pulling one of these out of the package. Oh my gosh. Now that is a craw. Dude. some big appendages on there. I would love throwing this on the back of a football jig, just maybe even a wobble head. But I could see where if you put this on the back of a chatterbait, rig it like this, those dudes would just flat right there. Yeah, that's a really good looking bait. I love that the body's kind of ribbed like a D-bomb. It's not a real big body, so if you Texas rig it, you're gonna have to use a smaller flipping hook or whatnot. But
I like the top of it too, where you put like I Texas rig it and had really good luck one day. It's like thicker and it's like one piece.
Yep.
So it doesn't rip up.
This tip right here is one piece. I like that. Man, that's just a good profile crawl. You could, dude, this is a bait I like. You can Texas rig it, just drag it around. You can flip it, put it on the back of a jig, put it on the back of a swim jig, a chatterbait. Man, that thing looks really cool. That probably going to get an Instagram photo on that guy this week. Just
and it's very wavy too. Like it's not like a fast kick. It's more of like a slower.
Right.
And the day that I was throwing it, there was actually bass pushing bluegill. I was filming like a how-to video, and they just started busting behind me, like in these bushes. And I destroyed them. I caught I don't know how many that day on that as like a bluegill mimic. It was
interesting. They had some really, really good colors in this, and it was hard for me to decide. This one's Dirty Bug. It's kind of like that Reaction Innovations Tramp stand, like a green pumpkin blue and green pumpkin. Really like that. See, Sean Z says Carolina rig. That's it, dude. That does sound like a looks like a Carolina rig bait right there. So, and then the last two things I got a Tackle Warehouse bait wrap. Which is going to come in handy because I'll be throwing this 6-inch draw quite a bit. And I got the bigger size, and would you look at that? It's going to fit it perfect. I really don't care about hook rash. What I do care about is stabbing the hook in my leg when I'm carrying a swim bait around. So that'd be nice. These are cheap. These are only like $4 or something like that. And then you're the braided line guru, and you tell me if I did good or not. I like Sunline. FX1 frogging flipping. That's my favorite braid, for top water and frogging. But I thought I'd try something different. I bought some Suffix 832.
One of the best, for sure. One of the best.
And I got the blue camo. Me and blue braided line. I just like it. I can see it when it's overcast, and even when it's bright and sunny, I still see it. And I like how it looks when it lays on the water. For some reason, I like the blue, but. Good deal on this. I think 150 yards, and I went 65-pound test.
Yeah, very good line.
I know some guys like 25, 30, but you mentioned it on a video. 30-pound braids very equivalent to like 8-pound mono. So I always go 65 because I'm always wary. So I can throw a frog. I can throw a big heavy swim bait. It's just a little bit thicker. Yep. And I think what people don't go ahead.
I was just going to say, and for when you're throwing anything that's a little bit bigger, you have zero shock absorption. So if you make even a little bit of a backlash, you're snapping that and it's gone. Once you start bumping up in weight, you, I guess, reduce that.
Right. Line. So, and if you get a backlash with thicker braid, it's easier to get out.
Doesn't dig as
trust me, I'm not the best at keeping backlash free. So. That is what we selected on the Tackle Wheel of Awesome. I got to say the Nishini jerkbait would be my number one pick. 2, I'm probably going to go with, I know it sounds weird, but I'm going to go with the P71 Rebel because I'm a top water guy, and it's very throwback, and I like that old school stuff. So anything in there that really caught your eye that you didn't have, Debo?
I guess not that I didn't have, but that I want to throw. I actually forgot that I had these until you showed that. I want to throw those because I never got to throw the old ones, like replicas or the real ones. Like I said, it was just the regular pop art baby bass was what I threw forever, and guys like that bigger one.
I'm gonna say as far as jigs, now that I got it, I'm probably gonna say I really like the hybrid hustler from Beast Coast. And now that you've talked about and your success on it, makes me want to go throw it a little bit. Yeah, it's getting that jig. Time where this is the cool part of bank fishing. and I love to fish out of a boat, but the fish are going to push to areas where you can catch them off the bank. They're going to go toward the backs of the bays. Marinas are going to start getting good. You can find riprap. You can walk around and fish off of.
Stuff starts dying off too, like those spots that you couldn't get to in the summer that were just jungles. Like once it starts dying out, you can actually go to those spots and chase them.
So really excited about that from Beast Coast. And I'm going to semi-clean up my mess here. Just throwing stuff in the back of the box. Rage Nads are pretty good. I think that's going to be versatile as well. I like the Beast Coast Tungsten Jig. I like the little spotty. I think we did good on that Labor Day sale. Where do I see how long I've been? Oh, gosh, we've been on an hour and 40 minutes.
I know. I was just saying, I'm going to have to jump off. I got to get up it.
Yeah, I'm going to jump off too, man. I didn't realize we've been on that long. So we had almost 180 viewers tonight. Trying to get up in them Debo numbers that I used to be up in. But YouTube's a strange critter.
Dude, it is.
And I streamed 3 nights in a row. Really had 2 good nights. Last night was kind of bad. So, but anyway, guys, I want you all that are watching after the in the stream and the video processes where you can leave a comment. Do me a favor, smash the like button. Leave a comment. What was your favorite bait from this unboxing? I want to know. And your thoughts on your favorite bait. And if you guys want Debo back again, we'll do it again. Maybe next time we'll unbox his order.
Dude, I'm down. That'd be fun. Grab one, do it on here. And I actually we didn't have enough time, but I had some really cool old stuff I was going to show off. Like, whoa! Especially some of these that are from the Lazy from
yes, sir.
Fort Dodge, Iowa. Some oldies to show off, but we're out of time tonight. So.
Guys, it's late at night. It's time for me to go chill with the family real quick. Debo, I appreciate you, man. And I'll get you a care package out soon. I got some stuff I got to send you.
Don't worry about it, man.
As long as you'll go fishing with this old Chronarch reel, that's all I ask.
I'll send it back. I'll test it out and send it back to you.
Keep it as long as you want it. And when you get tired of messing with it, you send it back if you want. So anyway, guys, we're getting off here. Thank you so much for joining Debo's stream before mine. Yes. And then thanks again for all that came from Debo's over here. Thanks to my moderator, Hellabass. We didn't have any stream issues. Thank you again so much. You guys have a great weekend.
See you.